Welcome back, everybody, to College IRL, College in Real Life. Thank you so much for sticking around. Today, we're going to talk about how to survive freshman year, your freshman year survival guide. So college is a very new experience for everybody, not just leaving middle school, high school, and then transitioning on to college, but there's new challenges that are going to show up. Living with a roommate. Maybe you've never lived with anybody else before. I'm an only child, so I've only ever lived with my parents. I've never really had to share a space with anybody. Maybe it's not eating the food that you're used to at home and trying new things. Maybe it's making friends. Today, I'm going to give you the freshman year survival guide and everything you need. So let's hop right into the video. All right, so you've moved in and now you're starting to have problems with your roommate. And so this is not new. Everybody seems to have problems with their roommates, whether you're friends or if this was a random room assignment or you even like matched with them for a quiz or found them on Facebook. It's difficult living with somebody else. All of us grew up in different households. Like some of us had siblings, some of us didn't. So we all have to learn how to live in harmony. Now, you don't have to be besties with your roommate, but you do have to figure out how to work and live in the same space. So, number one, you should make sure that you get together a roommate agreement. Write down like, when can we have guests? Like, can guests sleep over? Who's gonna clean what? How are we gonna make sure we keep our room tidy? Can I leave the light on while you're sleeping? These are all little things. And it really doesn't matter who you decide to live with. I decided to live with somebody that I went to high school with all 4 years. And that freshman year, we had some clashing just because of like things with cleaning and like other little things. But we had to talk about them and we worked through them. And we lived together all 4 years during college and we never had any issues. So make sure that you put together a roommate agreement and start to go over those things, set up some boundaries. If that still doesn't work, that's why you have an RA. RAs are great for being a mediator in between disputes, and sometimes it can just make it a little bit easier to add somebody else in who's like a biased third party to help you navigate those issues. So make sure that you try these steps to try living together with a roommate a little bit easier. Okay, so we've handled the roommate crisis. Now we've moved on. Now we're thinking about food. Everybody's heard of the freshman 15. It happens to everybody, like being in a new environment, eating new food. Maybe you're changing your eating habits. You're not really making your food because maybe you don't have a kitchen in your room. So it's really all about managing what you eat. When I went to college, my school had the Chick-fil-A, the Panda Express. It had Starbucks, everything, pizza, all of this stuff. And like, it was really fun when I first started. And then I said, when was the last time I had a vegetable? When was the last time I had a salad? And these are the things that keep you energized. So make sure that you're paying attention to what you're eating. Make sure that, you still enjoy the foods that you like, but make sure that, every once in a while add in like some fruit, add in some vegetables. Maybe don't get the pizza this time. Maybe get some like chicken, get some healthy protein in there. Make sure you eat breakfast or keep some snacks in your room. I wasn't a huge breakfast person, so I used to keep granola bars and like a protein shake in my room, and that's what I would eat in the morning. And so there are a lot of things that you should consider when you're thinking about what you should eat when you get to school. Not only that, make sure you're staying active. There's a lot of walking around campus, so make sure you go and utilize the school gym, maybe get a light workout in, maybe join a group class, yoga. I used to do yoga, boxing classes. Maybe you're not a big like weights or running person, just try something new to help keep you active and try and avoid that freshman 15. But honestly, it happens to everybody. You're not going to be the same size you were when you were 15, when you're 20 years old. So just keep that in mind. Okay, and last but not least, managing your homework and your study time. This is one of the biggest parts of college. You're going there at the end of the day to get your degree. And so having so much free time and having so many different classes with such a large workload can be a lot to handle. And so you really need to start managing your time and figuring out how to study. A lot of us in high school were able to kind of cruise by, it's not so easy to do that when you get to college. So number one, you should make sure that you eat the frog. Do your most unpleasant task in the morning and get it out of the way. So whenever I had an assignment that I really didn't want to do, I did it first. So that way I could get it out of the way and enjoy the other things that I wanted to do that day. So that's number one thing that you can do to help get you out of that rut. Another tip is to do it when it's assigned. A lot of times you'll get an assignment and it'll have some time before it's due and you'll just leave it until the day before. I made a big mistake when I was in college. I had a Spanish assignment that was due the last class of a semester. I walked into class that day not knowing it was due, and she said, "Everybody turn in your projects," and I looked like a clown because I did not have it done. I literally ran to the library after that class was over and I typed it up in 2 hours. So don't be like me. Do it the day it's assigned. That way you get it out of the way, and when it's due, you already know you had it done and you can spend time doing other things that you want to do, maybe other assignments, clubs, or just fun things you want to do. And then last but not least, get help before you need it. Okay? So a lot of times you'll start to get to that midpoint of the semester, or maybe it's the end of the semester and you're like, man, what do I need to pass this class? And there are resources for you before you even get to that point. I struggled a lot with my classes senior year in macro and microeconomic theory. Those classes kicked my butt. And I made sure that I utilized the tutoring and learning center. I made sure I got a tutor. I connected with my classmates. I talked to my professor because I did not want to fail this class. I wanted to graduate on time. So make sure that you use your resources. Make sure you go out and ask friends who are maybe doing well in the class. Ask your classmates what they're doing and get some support. You never want to feel like you're stressed out and now you have to fight to pass the class. So make sure you get started ahead of time. All right, so that's everything that I have to share with you on how to survive freshman year. Make sure you check out our blog, collegeirl.com, for more info and more blog posts about how you can survive college in real life. Make sure to check us out on Twitter and Instagram as well. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you next time.